G'day guys, Alex Sports Physio here and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the best exercises to do to warm up your shoulders for an upper body weight session in the gym. And a lot of these exercises could definitely be used to warm up your shoulders when doing other sports outside of the gym as well. So if you're doing things like CrossFit and weightlifting, this would be good. And definitely to warm up your shoulders when doing throwing based sports. So like cricket, baseball, stick sports, hockey, golf, all these things definitely could play a role in trying to warm up the shoulders for those sports as well. So we're going to start off with just nice and easy, get into a little bit harder at the end, and it's all about just getting those shoulders warm, getting them ready to go to play your sport. So without any more talking about it, let's get into those exercises. Alright guys, so we're going to start with some band pass-throughs or band dislocators. Now we don't want to dislocate our shoulder obviously, but what we want to do is make a full pass from the front of our body as seen here to the back of our body. The further you pull the band apart, it's going to make your shoulders work harder, but it'll actually make it easier for you to get your shoulders around if you're a little bit tight in that external rotation position. So we want to make sure that we're getting good passes from the front to the back. If you can only get up to head height, that's fine. And then we can move to some diagonals, pass-throughs as seen here, just to really explore that end of range. But this is a little bit more advanced and it doesn't have to be for everyone. We're just trying to get the shoulders nice and warm, working through range. So now that we've explored our range of motion, it's important we warm up our shoulder girdle, which is inclusive of our rotator cuff, our pec, our delts. So we're just going to do some external rotation with our elbow by our side, 2 sets of 15 reps. We're then going to do internal rotation, 2 sets of 15 reps as seen here. This is just a nice easy position to get our rotator cuff warm. I'd be doing 2 sets, 15 reps, get those pecs nice and warm, get our internal and external rotators of our shoulder warm as well. We can quickly then go into a pull-off press, which is a great way to work both the internal on my right arm and the external rotators on my left arm. We'll then swap around here, doing the internal rotators on my left arm and the right external rotators on the right side. The pull-off press is a great way to get the trunk and core warmed up a bit as well. We're then going to swap it around and do external and internal rotations at 90 degrees. So starting off with external rotation, we're going to do 2 sets of 8. This just biases the rotator cuff and the delts just that little bit more. It sort of offsets some of those bigger muscle groups like our lats and our traps from helping as much, and just makes the shoulder work harder by itself. It's a great exercise to be doing, especially when we're going to be doing overhead work and bench work as well. So I think it's super important, and from an injury prevention standpoint, I think it has a big part to play in making sure that we're nice and warm dynamically before getting into some heavy lifts. So from here, we're going to be doing just some shoulder retraction. Now, we're just sort of more focusing on just getting really warm here. So big movements, powerful movements, just doing some shoulder retraction to get our rear delts, get our rhomboids, get our retraction muscles or our back muscles working really hard here. It's all about just getting warm at this point in time. We're then just going to do some rear delt pulls, another rear exercise to warm up our posterior cuff. So really trying to pull apart nice and quick and warm up the back. We're then going to get some pec flies in, but by doing them in this fashion, the serratus, which is our boxer's muscle that lives on our rib cage, is quite important, and it'll be warmed up by doing this exercise. So far we have got our range of motion with our dislocators, we've got our rotator cuff and our delts nice and warm with our rotations, we've also got our pecs a bit more warm by doing our pec flies, and we've also got our posterior muscles warmed up as well. Now on this day I was doing a heavy bench session, so I like to get a little bit more range of motion, so exploring the outer range of motion of my pecs, so really coming into retraction, pulling across the body, big movements, really just trying to get as warm as possible. So these band exercises are a great way to spend 6 to 10 minutes before you do your barbell warm-up, just to make sure that all your key important muscles are warm, they're switched on, and they're ready to start your barbell warm-up sets and get straight into your lifts. We're simply going to finish off with some front arm raises. Now you could be doing some side dumbbell raises or just use the band, but we're just trying to get those delts as really warmed up as we can before we get into our lifts. So if we were doing some incline bench press, this would be super appropriate, or if we were doing like a standing shoulder press, this would be super appropriate as well. Hey guys, really hope you enjoyed that video on how to warm up your shoulders for an upper body session in the gym, but also I'm sure you can see how those exercises would be beneficial if you were to be playing like a stick sport or a throwing based sport as well, so definitely applicable there. If you have any questions guys, please drop them in the comments below, and if you have enjoyed the content, please subscribe. It really helps me out and keeps the channel growing, which would be great. So guys, really thanks for listening. I'll catch you next time. I'm Alex, I'm a sports physiotherapist, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks guys, bye.